Coronavirus has continued to take the country into a vice-like grip with a relentless surge as another 600 plus positive cases and 9 more deaths were reported in the past 24 hours. Despite the prohibitory orders put in place in various hotspots across the country, health experts have warned of an impending health crisis looming in the country. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. COVID-19 accounts for 9 more deaths, taking the death tally to 146. 634 new cases confirmed to take the infection tally well past 31,000. A report by the Task Force on Ending Political Dispute recommends finding a solution to the leadership dispute through the General Convention. The government all poised to introduce new curriculum for the upcoming academic session of grade 11. The decision not deemed favourable amid the pandemic. And 5 times European champions Bayern Munich lock horns with French side PSG in the Champions League final tonight. Along with 9 security guards deployed for the security of former Prime Minister and senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal, 634 individuals have tested positive for coronavirus in the past 24 hours. This takes the total number of infection in the country to 31,117. 216 infections were reported from Kathmandu Valley, including 160 in Kathmandu district, 6 in Lalitpur and 50 in Bhaktapur. Meanwhile, 9 individuals, including a 6-year-old girl, has succumbed to the virus, taking the death tally in the country to 146. 12,519 PCR tests were carried out in the past 24 hours to take the total number of tests to 592,418. Likewise, 136 individuals returned home from various hospitals after registering full recovery. This takes the total recovery number in the country to 18,350. 11,658 individuals are in various quarantine facilities and 12,621 individuals are in different isolation centers across the country. The task force on resolving the long-standing dispute in the ruling Nepal Communist Party has submitted its report. The report has recommended finding the solution to the leadership debate through the General Convention. More in this report.
The 6-member task force submitted its report to the chairman duo of the ruling party, KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal, at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwata earlier on Saturday. The report has provided much-needed respite to Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, who doesn't need to resign straight away as he holds the position till the party General Convention, while there is noticeable efforts to give executive rights of the party to the other chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal. The task force has also recommended of moving ahead by reshuffling the cabinet. Earlier, both the chairmen of the ruling party had agreed to form the special task force after the dispute revolving power politics in the ruling party had escalated. The task force, led by the party General Secretary Bishnu Paudel, had started its work last Saturday. The 6-member team includes Shankar Pokhrel, Bhim Rawal, Surendra Pandey, Janardhan Sharma and Pamfa Bhushal. The special committee has been tasked to address the power sharing between the 2 chairmen, along with resolving all the disputed issues, including the now infamous MCC agenda.
Moving on, the government is all poised to introduce new curriculum for the upcoming academic session of grade 11. However, the timing of the new session has been questionable due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. At the same time, the teachers are yet to be instructed as per the new guidelines. However, the government is bent on introducing the new curriculum with additional subjects. The government is all geared up to introduce new curriculum from the upcoming academic session of grade 11, and the Curriculum Development Center has prepared new textbooks for 75 subjects. The new grade 11 students are required to take 3 compulsory and 3 optional subjects. Principals and teachers are also required to undergo a 10-day training session on the new curriculum. However, amid the pandemic, uncertainty looms over holding such a training session. The new session for grade 11 should have started by mid-August, but the pandemic has delayed the start of the academic session this year. Meanwhile, at a time when the government should have considered easing the academic pressure on students, the Education Ministry, on the contrary, has increased number of subjects. Given the scenario, there is a call on the Education Ministry to rethink its decision of overburdening the students with added subjects. It has come to light that the Defence Ministry has released an unnaturally high budget in the name of COVID-19 prevention and treatment. The Defence Ministry has been found to spend 200 million rupees more than the Health Ministry. We have more in this report.
The government on Friday released a report stating that it had spent just under 12 billion rupees in the past 5 months for preventive measures. Out of the total expense, the centre had spent 5.84 billion rupees. The centre had spent the maximum amount of 2.93 billion rupees on infrastructure development. Likewise, medicine and health equipment accounted for 1.75 billion rupees, while manpower mobilization used up 57 million rupees. However, as per the work division of the government, health infrastructure development and procurement of health equipment come under the jurisdiction of the Health Ministry. The expense details of the government, meanwhile, tells a different story, as the Health Ministry has spent 2.17 billion rupees in the same time in comparison to 2.37 billion rupees spent by the Defence Ministry. The expense details clearly suggest that the Defence Ministry has interfered with the jurisdiction of the Health Ministry in terms of preventive measures at the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. The budget released by the Defence Ministry was used to procure health equipment in March and April. The Nepal Army was assigned to procure the health equipment. However, the equipment procured by the Nepal Army did not meet the WHO standard and therefore were deemed not usable. Amid the controversy, Nepal Army pulled up its hands from the future deals to procure health equipment. In the meantime, the Defence Ministry proceeded on to buy health equipment from the Foreign Ministry without following agreement guidelines. It has been understood that Defence Minister Ishwar Pokhrel used his designation as the Chief of COVID-19 Crisis Management Committee or CCMC to downplay the role of the Health Ministry. This has further questioned the role of the Defence Minister, as the Parliament's Public Accounts Committee has also launched a probe into Defence Minister Pokhrel's role as the head of the CCMC.
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local residents of Parvat district what measures need to be undertaken to prevent the loss of academic session at school level. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
Online पनि पढाइ हो, यसबाट पनि कक्षा वृद्धि गर्न सकिन्छ र अघि बढ्न सकिन्छ र शिक्षालाई निरन्तरता राख्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरामा हामी ढुक्क हौं.
भर्चुअल क्लास, टिभी टेलिभिजनबाट आउने क्लासहरुलाई हामीले चाहिँ निरन्तर दिनुपर्छ.
अनलाइन कक्षाले चाहिँ विद्यार्थीको धेरै सिक्ने पनि भएको छ. अहिलेको यो प्रविधिलाई उनीले प्रयोग गर्न जानेको छ र बच्चाहरु बोल्ने क्षमताको विकास भएको छ.
यो अनलाइनलाई चाहिँ एकदम प्रभावकारी बनाउनको लागि चाहिँ हाम्रो जुन प्यारेन्ट्सहरु हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरु सँगसँगै भएर उहाँले पनि गर्दिनु भयो भने त्यसमा पनि अझ राम्रो होला. जुन शैक्षिक सत्र चाहिँ खेर नजाला.
नेपाल सरकारले एउटा कन्क्रिट डिसिजन हामीलाई दियोस् विद्यालय सञ्चालन गर्ने शिक्षकहरुलाई अथवा सञ्चालकहरुलाई हामी जुनसुकै परिस्थितिमा पनि यो शैक्षिक सत्र खेर जान नदिने गरी काम गर्नलाई हामी तयार छौं.
पाठ्यक्रम चाहिँ घटाउनु पर्यो हैन. अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरुको चाहिँ अतिरिक्त क्रियाकलापहरुलाई चाहिँ मध्यनजर गरेर चाहिँ त्यो आधारमा चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ सर्टिफाइड गर्नु पर्यो.
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what's your take on the decision to add subjects to grade 11 curriculums amid pandemic instead of reducing their pressure? Your options are A, regular process, B, overlooking the situation, and C, formality. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.